Okay, I'm starting. So again, what is DevOps development and operations? This is our different parts of DevOps. This side is development and operation part and integration part. Different tools we are using in a DevOps. Okay, so that's it. Life cycles: continuous development, continuous testing, continuous integration, continuous deployment, continuous monitoring. Each individual find out the tools also already, which is we are done. The first two parts, plan and code, comes under continuous development, continuous testing, build and test, continuous deployment, build and operate, monitoring comes under continuous monitoring. It is. What is a continuous development? In this phase involve planning and coding of software application functionality. The vision of project is decided during the planning and phase. Code can be done any language but maintained by version control system. So when you do continuous development, it means we are talking about only development part. Like you take a code, like you are planning, and what is the code and all. You got a piece of code. Okay, what you do? You start coding it, right? So you have to write a code line by lines. Right? You write a code. Next, what to do with this code? One second. Okay. In one single project, not only one person, multiple people also involved in the coding, right? So I want to develop a software, and the software is by developed by different people. Not one person is doing everything, right? So what the person will happen? For example, this is a C1, C2, C3. Computer systems are there. It is a software developer. Developer is take a one code and he develop a part of the code. Okay, part of the code. Okay, like phase one part of the code. And so not even we can't say phase, but one part of the code. Like I put a part of the code P1 is developing some part P2 and P3, right? And whenever he code it, so where it is storing, it stores in a their individual PC only. Their individual PC only. Now I want to keep everything into one place. I want to keep everything into one place. So then I will get everything. Okay, so I will keep everything in a single place only. So I will create a one central system. I created a one folder. Whenever you complete your part of the program and test it and put it in a one location, so then we can get it is like a all the parts of code in a central location only. All the part of code is in central location only. Of course, there is a few people will tell a example of version control system is like this. For example, this person, first person, created a project using Java 8. Okay, and second person develop is Java 8 only, using Java 8 only. But third person is develop Java 11. Means whenever the version is different, so automatically it will reject it. So this kind of example tell, but in a reality we'll see that. Okay, first person means who is sitting in a C1, like a user one. Okay, user one created a file, so that is called a P1. Then he uploaded a P1 into central system. Okay, so second person is done a P2 is uploaded into this piece, and his third person is uploaded P3 file in a central PC. So all three piece files are there. All the three files are there in a one single location. So then next time you can access your file and you can develop remaining part. Today completed, you close the system, you went home. Okay, next day you came up and you will take your file and you develop your own work. Up to that one, that kind of stuff is okay. Okay, no problem. But problems will come like this. Okay, so when we are getting a problem, So then what is this version control, you will understand. Okay, so here it is, we'll see. This is my central, this is my central, and for example, a person user one develop a piece of code, is called it as a p1, and completed, and he upload into central piece p1. Okay, p1. Next, now this software is running. So what is the final product? It is a final product, it is running, running project. Okay, so application is completed. Now again, I develop another code. So I'm talking about, so to avoid the confusion, I didn't put a multiple users, same user was only. He done a second phase of that one, or a extra. So he completed project and he deployed. Now it is running, working software. Now he want to add a new feature to it. So he created something and he uploaded. Now the P2 is there. Okay. Now the P2 is override the existing one. I deployed the P2. I created a new feature, added to the existing one, added to the existing one, and I deployed it. Now what happened? This software not working. What I have to do? Okay, I will explain it again. What is version control system to understand quite easily. So first I completed some part. So then it is working. So I created one some working software, base software I working. I deployed. Now it is working. Good. It is going on. Now I take P1 and I develop the second version. Like this is version 1. 1 means version 1. I created a second version, version 2. Again I put a version 2 now. Now P2 is online. P1 is done. So I take a P1 and develop into second version. Now PT is working. So PT is uploaded. Now again I deployed. Now the P2 thing is not working. What to do? What to do? Your main program is corrupted because you taken a P2 and you develop, you taken a P1 and you develop and you upload it. Okay, so then if in case the P1 is in a backup somewhere it is located, then you can remove the P2 and put a P1. Okay, so we can roll back, right? So like that one. Okay, so that is what happened. So the new version is corrupting, and I think new version is not working, and also it is replaced the old version. Now you are not getting old version or new version also. That is you got a problem now. To avoid this one, to avoid this one, I'm telling in a single way only. So what I will, it will create, it create a branches. Okay, master branch. Am I regarding? This is a first one is master branch. Second one will add it here as a branch one. Understand, master and branch one. Branch one. Now I deploy this branch one. Branch one means combination of master and branch in a separate way. Means this is safe. This is not touching anything. But here the P1 and P2. This is a next phase in a P2 in a branch. Now I deployed. Something is goes wrong and it is not working. So what I will do? I have a branch, so I will delete this branch because it is not working. But still I have a master branch. Means working code is running. Working code is safe and the new code is not working. So then I will remove that branch only. So I will keep it this one only. So this is one kind of to understand this version control. It is not a Java version or a Python version. I develop some code in a 2.7 Python version and 3.7 someone is developed. Now it is not compatible. This is not here. This is not at all. As I seen, I seen, it won't understand any GitHub don't understand any kind of what programming language you use it. Okay, it is understand the files wise only. It won't execute. It won't do anything. Just it will store the data. Okay, so understand this one phase completed means one working software you people created, then we'll keep it in a first one as a master branch, keep it there and deploy working. So keep the safe of working software one side. Then next one phases when you created a next parts, next features or next versions of it. Next version. First one is version 1 you created. Next version 1.1, 1.2, finally version 2.0. Like that. When you develop something, so those development will add it to the branches only, branch wise only it will add it. So make sure that if it is not working, no problem. We have a working software. Already in Agile, what is the one of the point? Always working software is as a more priority. Okay. Now, example. I develop a second phase. This phase two means the new feature, whatever the development next version I created. Okay. So it is working. Okay. It is working. So what successfully second one is working. So initially I deployed version 1. Now I created a version 1.1 for example. Okay. Second with the future that is working. Now what I have to do? I need to maintain as a branch. So I will test all the things, deployment completed, working, and check the monitoring. So it is completed 100% working. So what I will do? I will merge this branch to master. Now I got a version 1.1, version 1.1 working software. Next. Then I will go to the another phase, P3, for example, and I will add it into the another branch or same branch. So if I like, I will keep all the branches. Otherwise, everything is working fine. So I will combine everything and I will use single software, single part only, as a single branch only. Okay. So as long as I'm doing new one, I will better to keep it in separate branches. So then main software, working software won't get corrupted. Guys, understand? Anyone? Understood? Not at all understand? Totally confused?
So please repeat once again.
Very good. That is good. Um, the first point, like this is my central storage, means where I put my projects and deploy from there. Okay, like a GitHub or anything you can say. Okay. Next one is, so I develop a software, means application. Okay. So application, and I keep it here. Okay. So this is a working phase. Working phase. Okay. So then I deployed it. It is a working software. Okay. Finally, this is completed. Next one is when you develop a new thing. When you develop new thing, new version or a new feature you are including in an existing one. So what to do? You have to take this code, or you can say like you are developing new part. So 1.1. Then put it in a branches. The first one you create, that is a master branch, means where actually the main source code is available, main code is available. Then you take the code and you created a new version for that one. So better to put it in branches. For example, branch 1. Now this new code is in available in branch 1. It tested, then we deployed to the machine customer or a for testing machine, okay, or Docker, anything you deployed it. Now this is not working. The new one is that this point is not working. If it is not working, then what will happen? No problem. We have a working software is there, so we can able to remove this thing from here. Okay, we said roll back to the masters only. So actual code, your actual source code is not corrupted. Actual, this is the actual source code which is you developed earlier. Okay, it is not corrupted. It is the new one is in the branch wise only. So obviously, what will happen? Still, I didn't remember which one is. I created branches here. Otherwise, I can show you that branch thing also. These are master branches only. So there is a one or two projects. Either it is one project or multiple projects having a branches also. Maybe it is last year projects full of rain. No raining, but only sound is making. Noise is high. Okay. So, sorry, I didn't remember exactly where I created those things. Two branches. This is branch one, like this. If you see, this is the master branch. It contains some files. You can see a lot of files are there. Okay, it is think like it is a source code of our application. Source code of our application. So it's the main thing. Then I created another branch two. Can you see same files only there? Same files only there, but there is a different files. Like you can see 66 commit. 66 commit means 63 times, either 66 files or a 66 times it is changed. I will go to masters. 65 only. There is only one difference is there. So you can see VX A1, A2, ABC, AB, AS1, code.exe, F11.txt, FB11.txt. Okay, so you will see this one. This is maybe a difference. So I'm going to branch. It is there here also. There is a maybe one file or some file is a difference is there. Okay, so this is actually a source code management type only. So I didn't find anything in a different way. So you have to check it carefully because a lot of files are created. Okay, this is a master branch. So I keep a source code in the master branch, and I want to develop that source code and I want to deploy to the next level. So then I develop in a branch. So like that, I will create a multiple branches as per the requirement. So this is my source code, and I created a new branch. In the branch, I take the source code and develop the new version, and I release into market. If it is not working, still no problem. Our source code is safe only. Our source code is actually safe. So then I can do it again. Okay. For example, if I don't have that facility, what will happen? This is my source code. I develop a source code. Main code is there. Now I created a new version, means I taken that one and I develop a new feature to it, and I upload it to in this location. What happened? This is one dot one. So it is become 1.1. My source code is got changed. Okay, my source code is got changed. What happened now? I deploy this source code. Then what happened? It is not working. Earlier it is working because of the change. Maybe the change is not at all good, properly or not done, so it is not working. Then what to do? I can't go back because code is changed. Already code is changed. So that is the issue earlier. Now that issue will be managed with branches. For example, you got a source code is corrupted. Yeah, if you have a backup, then you can restore it from the backup if it is not there, or to search for the backup location. Again, it is taking time. So instead of that one, creating a branches, master branch as a main source code, and create a branch one for your development. What is the file is there? It has a one only. So what are your changes you are applied here? That will come 1.1. Now you are deploying this one. If it is working, good. If it is not working, then not good. If it is not working, no problem. You are safe. Source code is safe. No, only thing is branch is not good. Branch is not good, but source code is safe. Working software is safe. Okay, that is a point we discussed in a there, right? So like working source code is safe. For example, if this is working, for example, branch one, the what are the change you done? Now it is working, and you want to keep the branch one like that only. You can keep it. If you want to keep the branch one like that, you can keep it, not at all a problem. Otherwise, you can merge to the main source code. You can merge branch to master. So if you want, whenever you merging it, I think I merged that one. That's why it is showing both are same data. Only commitment is only difference is, but whenever you merge it, then you got a working software with a 1.1, the new version. New version will come up. You don't want it, then leave it like that. Then you want to develop new one without touching the previous one, then create another branch, then develop a new code and put a develop the code into this one. Like first one is main source code, main development, main software. Next one in different branches you can create different versions. So this is the version controlling. This is the one where you can say it is a version controlling, not about that application or the software kind of stuff. It is main master as a main source code, branches is go with the next phases of applications. So depends upon which phase is working, then good. Okay, this is one way, because second way is also there. The second way is, we'll go to this example here. Okay, we'll go to this example here, second one. uh, I committed a new phase, like a, for example, I put a file name is f1 completed, so c1 uploaded f1, and someone put a f2, someone put a f2, y2 f2. I will tell the first one done f1, then completed, good, working. For example, that is a application or a file. Second one is done f2. Okay, then third one, he take f2 file and modify the f2. Okay, understand? I done f1, done. Second one, f2 uploaded f2. Third one, taken f2, taken f2, modified, modified and uploaded again. So this f2 is showing here. Okay, in the system f1 and f2 showing, and now it is something is goes wrong. What we will do? Who uploaded f2 lastly, who is done last time, so this guy is done. We can understand that one also. So this version control system also maintain the person who is uploaded this file, when it is uploaded. Okay, understand? Who is uploaded and when it is uploaded, and what is the change he done by comments. When you upload, you have to give the comment. So what is you done modification in the file, you have to tell. So this guy will tell I done this modification, then it is working. Okay, this is the second one. What is second one? If someone modify your code, definitely we'll know who modified the code, from where or when the code is modified. Same example again I'm taking, but I will tell in differently. The first PC, okay, the C1, from C1 user is uploaded a code. Okay, so he uploaded a code that I write like a code one. He developed a code and he uploaded a code successfully. Code one. Now second one, no no no. I already told. I just told modification. Okay, someone modified a existing file. So by system we know who is modified. So I will show you in GitHub. You can see committed. First committed by Ashu. Second commit. Three added commitments. Okay, so what are the commitments? So they will give a comment on it. Okay, comment. Okay, next. And who committed last also will get it, like see, you can see Latif Vedic new branch file 1. So it's a new commitment. Okay. So what is the last commitment, and we can see the based on that also. Like this is the one. New branch file 1. This is the last commitment. You can see 16 months ago. Okay. So when it is committed, what is the last commit date? Last commit. Okay. How many commits are happened? Okay. So what is the comment on it? And based on that, what file it is? uh, what file it is committed, like that we will understand it, the version. Okay, slowly people are coming where it is, we can understand. So that's a part. Next one. Next one. Mm, another understanding of version control. Third one is another understanding of version. Okay, first file one, first system created a code and you put a name of the code is f1. The file name is f1. And second one also created f1. So is created f1, is also created f1 only. Okay, so first user uploaded f1, second user try to upload f1 to it, second user try to upload f to it. So what will happen? It reject that one because don't understand two files in that one. Okay, so this is another kind of stuff, because the matter is also difference. Because of matter difference also it won't agree. Okay, this file is different, this file is different type. Okay, this is one thing. And another thing as a very important, it is code changes. Okay, like this. So different uses. So I think it is enough to eat your brain. Let's see. So that is a version controlling. And here in a two type of version controls are there. Okay, this is a distributed version control system. I'm not writing anything in this one. Okay, in a gate or a version control I am not writing anything, so I have to write VCS means version control system. In this one two things are there. One is central version control system, distributed control system. So central version control system and distributed version control system. We are using distributed version control system only. We are using distributed version control system only. What is this central? As a simple diagram as we done, this is my users. So user whenever they done coding, for example, he created f1, here is f2, here is f3. They keep a data in a central machine. They'll keep a data in a central machine. In central machine, it is storing the files. Okay, f1, f2, f3 files are storing in f1, f2, f3 files are stored in central location. So this is called a central version control system. This is called a centralized version control system. Distributed is not a difference. Distributed, central, both are version control systems only. Centralized, we keep a data in central machine only. Okay, that's it. There is a few flaws are there, so that's why we are going to distributed part. What is the flaws? For example, if this central machine is down and first person knows f1, f2, f3 in their local machines, that's it. Okay, if this machine is down, we can't get the data. Individual person has their own files, but they don't know other files. Okay, if something is goes wrong here, you lost the data, or maybe you partially may have the data, partially having a data, not complete data may not have. So this is a central version control system. In distributed, so in distributed version control system is not like that. This is a file in your local PC. Guys, listen carefully because next what we do, that practical, so will comes under here only. Okay. So what we are doing here, okay. So the file is in a local PC. The file is in local PC. Okay, that is called a, it's a local file now. This is called a work fold working. So you can see workstation. This is the working copy. The file is in your system is called a working copy. So this is working copy and this is the working copy. Next, actually I draw so many things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I will put a bottom. So this is my working copy. F2, F3. Okay, this is my working copy. I'll keep it in my PC only. Okay. Next, what I have to do? I'm creating a local repository. Local. This is local file, and I'm creating local repository. So I will create a local repository, and I'll keep this file here. I'll keep it. I will tell in a local repository. I have this file. I have this file. I have this file. So we'll go to the first one, means the first PC wise, and what is the second PC will tell. So if you see in my PC, I have to tell I have a F1 file into my local repository. Okay, so think in one phase only. Think in first one only. Okay, first one C1 computer has a F1 file, and I've told I have a F1 file. So then I'll create a local repository. I add a F1 file here. Then I push this configuration to central one, and it contains F1 file in the this one. This is centralized repository. This is central repository. This is local repository. This is the central one. We are pushing from here to there. So obviously we are committing what changes occur, and then we are push the data here. Now C2. C2 has file 2. F2 file is there. He created it, but he don't use anything. He pull the configuration to here. He pull the configuration. He push the configuration. He pull the configuration. When he pull the configuration, that F1 file will come here also. Understand? F1 file is here. It is went to central location. Now what I done? I took the F1 and I add a F2 and I create a repository here. The thing located here is called always local repository. In central repository, F1 file is there, but here I have a F2 file in my working directory, and I took this, I pull this from central. Here I we should say push to central. I pull it from the central, and I add F2 to this repository to my local repository. Why it is called local repository? The repository stores in your PC. Repository stores in your PC called local repository. Where are you working? That is working directory. Local repository, working directory. And in my working directory, what are the files are there? I'll add it to my local repository. Now I have a F1 and F2. I have F1 and F2. Then what I will do? I'll push the configuration. I'll push the configuration to central. Now in central, we'll get F1 and F2. Same thing. First, I'll pull the configuration to C3PC, and that will get F1, F2. In local, I have a F3. Then combinedly, I will add the F3 to this local repository, which is in my system, in a local repository. Now, after adding all the files that I develop, then I will put it in. I will push to central. Now, in a central, F3 is there. Okay, like that. every time. So today work is completed. Tomorrow, today before I'm leaving, what I do, I will pull the configuration. So when I pull the configuration, now if you see already F1 is there, then F2, F3 will come to your local machine. Same thing for all the PCs. So everyone has a copy in their local PC. Everyone combinedly has in a central. So the data is stored in centrally as well as locally. Okay. So if in case central is down, no problem. The project won't work. The stop it won't stop because it is data is available in your PC only. Data is available in your PC. For example, your local PC down, no problem. Centrally, data is available, or someone has a if central is damaged, my local PC is damaged, no problem. Others are there, no? They have files. They have files. Okay, like this. This is a distributed version control system. We are using Git and subversioning both are distributed type only. See this diagram. Working copy, local repository, central repository. It is a server. So in from local copy, I'm committed to repository and push the configuration to central location. And I pull the configuration from central and I update my working copy also. It means it shows in my local PC and as well as central PC also. Okay, so this is it. Git don't have anything, just the PPT service. For understanding few things, compulsory PPTs you should use it. But more you can read it from other website if you want more data. So you can go for a Java T point or a tutorial points, Java T point. You can go for it. You want to do so many things you can see. So frequently, like a weekly once or twice, go through once this one. Okay. So free courses sometimes they will launch. So you can learn it from it. You can practice from it also. Currently I'm not logging. Okay. DevOps. So how many type of DevOps are there? We can also check it. Okay. Online training, offline training too are there. So if you take offline training, it is less cost. You can get it. This is for 90 days lab purpose. Okay. This is online training, instructor lead type. That's it is 20,000. This is 14,000, and you will get a certificate from Cloudx Lab only. Cloudx Lab certificate only. Or otherwise you can go for any other thing. Okay, this is Cloudx Lab training. Other training things also available, like that is remote from here, I think so. You can go for a DevOps part here. So what is a DevOps? What is a DevOps? Okay, developer, tester, IT operators combinedly. Why DevOps? History of DevOps. Okay, uh, key features, prerequisites, advantages and disadvantages. Full notes are there in a Java T point. Architecture, life cycles, workflow. Okay, workflow and principles, automations, engineering, pipeline and methods. DevOps in Azure and AWS. DevOps you can able to do it in Azure and areas. One by one tutorials like a GitHub. What is Git? Okay, what are the Git? Other things are available. Okay, what is origin? Okay, like this. Okay, so just if you go there and you will understand more. Okay, so as per me, that is okay for with the tutorial points given more details about your version control system. So this is your versioning. Here I download I cloned one thing. Okay, so I cloned it. If I want to upload a new thing to it also, I can able to do it. If you see here, mm, so just for an example only, I created in the D drive. So if you see here, you can look at closely. I use a magnifier to show you something. Taking lot of time to open. Okay. This is Git. Okay, so you can see some log files and all kind of stuff. So this is local repository. Dit Git is local repository. If in case if I add something, if I add some file here, if I add some file here, so then I have to tell to my Git repository I added a new file. Okay, we have to add the information to local repository. Once you add it, then you can able to push it to our thing. Okay, so I will show you that practical now, then I will do it from the starting. So this is up to now, here it is, but we need to understand that is uh, how to log in and passwords of this one. Okay, I will tell the password thing. So here I'm committing some file. For example, I am creating one .py file or a text file, anything you can create it. So there is, for practice purpose you can do anything, but I'm creating a py file. So tell me some file here, raining in Pune, Vedic.py. Okay, so you want to change it, right click, open with notepad only, because if I open with other thing again it will open. Okay, I'm typing like print. Okay, hello Vedic. Okay, so just the one statement only I given, save it. Okay, once you're done, test it. Now it is working. So I developed a code and I tested it. Now it is working. Okay, it is in my local working directory. Understand it? The file is in my working directory only. File is in my currently working directory only. Now I have to put it into my local repository. Local repository. I want to put this file into local repository. The command is git status. Just I will want to show the status. Can you see untracked file is a file name is showing like this. Only one file is there. Okay. New file is, there is a file vedic.1.py in the working directory, but that is not, information is not added to local repository. Now I'll do it. Git add. You can tell file name, or you can say dot also. You can say dot also. If it is a single file, you can tell single file name, or you can use dot. The dot represent all files in the current directory. Dot represent all files in the directory, current directory. Now I done. Check the status. New file is showing. New file is understand. No, earlier it is red color, now it is become green color. This is not completed. You have to commit it. In a local repository only I'm doing. I have to commit it. Commit. So I have to tell commit like Vedic done one file added. Okay, now it is asking set your account because it's I don't specify my account here. Who is committing to this file? We are not given, so we have to give that information also. So for configuring global user mail and all, so I will show you later. No, no. If I create now, so then it is not there in the next one. That's the problem. Okay. So you have to give like this. You have to configure your system, git config global. Okay, like this. So we'll configure for first time, second time. So git config hyphen global user dot email. Okay, first user name is have to give name. I give Latif Vedic. Okay, any name you can put it. No one will check your name, but don't give apple.com. Don't give like your cute names like uh, in pandu.com. Okay, so don't give like that. Give your name, so then I will know who committed actually. Okay, so for all chinnis, pandus, nanis, bujis. Okay, I'm telling this one. Okay, so first I given my name to my gate. So like this is one time only, one time in machine, only one time we can give. So no need to give second time. It's a global variables. There is a three global variables are there. Out of that one, based on a user, so two global variables compulsory you have to give. Next one is mail ID like Latif at the rate I put a Vedic.com. So it won't verify any mails. Just you have to give a name for identify yourself. You have to identify yourself, right? Now done. Okay. So two global variables. It is asking to add it, right? So then that is part done. Next commitment. Commitment is done. Now you can see git status again. It is not throwing any blue color, red color, or green color. Nothing is there because the commit is done. We still in your local repository. If you go to this here, from where I taken this one, so this one Python Pro 1, right? So that file is not yet updated here. So we'll update that file. So we'll upload that file, and no collisions are there. So we'll see that one now. Git remote add origin. The link is there, no? So no, no, not it. We are taking cloning option, right? So we done actually cloning. So actually we done a cloning part. Okay, so we taken a link from here. Okay, so we already taken a link from here. We done a cloning. So then automatically this repository related information already there in local repository. This information already there in local repository. So you need to do more thing. Just you have to put a push hyphen u origin master. We'll see that one. Git push hyphen u is enough. You need to tell origin master. Until unless if you have a branches, you have to specify, and it will ask sign into it. It will ask sign in if you must sign in. Okay, so with your browser, sign in, sign up, personal access token. What I have to do? Personal access is changed. Open in your browser. Oh, it is completing authentication in the browser. Actually, not required that much. No, 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 no. I don't like this. Yeah, okay. Vedic Soft, CPS, and password. This is always better. Okay, when you will upload, compulsory you have to give username and password. So I given my username and password. I will share the password to you later. Okay, in offline. Now going here, refresh. Okay, so Vedic one dot py added. When it is added, 4 minutes ago. Here you can see Latif Vedic one file one is added like this. This is the data I added. Okay, this is how we can able to push it. You should know username and password of this one to access. Okay, these are all in a public only. All my coding, all the files are in a public only. But if you want to add a data to it, if you want to commit the data to it, so what you have to do? What is requirement? You should need username of mine and password also. Then only you can add the data to my repository. You can contribute something to my repository. Want to add something data to my repository, you need a username and password of mine. Okay, so that's it. This is how we can able to clone it, and if you add, then how to add it and how to send it. Okay, so I already done global configuration thing also. Okay, that's it.